So now I'm just going to make the hazelnut praline, and this praline we are also going to process and then get the hazelnut praline paste. So any nuts praline paste is the similar way, but we just be using the hazelnut for this particular lesson. So I have hazelnuts, and hazelnuts you have to toast the hazelnuts in the oven, and that's sugar. I am using caster sugar, and that will in a way avoid crystallization in the process, and that's a little bit of water as per the recipe. And now I'm just going to have the saucepan and add the sugar and the water. I'm just going to get the sugar syrup boil and then reach 114, somewhere near that, and then I'm going to stop cooking the sugar syrup, add the nuts, allow it to crystallize, and then put the crystallized hazelnuts back into the saucepan and let the crystallized sugar melt, and then that sugar syrup will then caramelize. Okay, so that will be the process that we will be following. So I have the thermometer here, and I'm just going to let this boil up. So before you allow it to boil, you want to allow the sugar to melt fully, and that's the reason I prefer using caster sugar here, because the granules are smaller, and that way when it is starting to boil you will not be having the crystals that comes from the bigger granules sugar, the regular sugar. Okay, so now I can see it's like quite almost dissolved, and now I'm just going to start using the thermometer. So when it almost reaches 100 degrees, I'm just going to lift off the saucepan from the stove. So you don't want it to go beyond 114 degrees. So it's increasing, it's like about 100 now. I just want to check if it is further increasing, 102, and if the way in which it increases is like not too fast, you can put it back. So the moment I've taken, you can see the temperature is reducing as well, right? So let me wait. So it's 112, 13 and 14 now. So I'm just going to remove this off the stove immediately, and then add the nuts, all of it right away, and start mixing. The sugar syrup is in the liquid state. As it mixes, so you will be mixing this, keep mixing this until the sugar crystallizes. So crystallization is the liquid sugar going back into its solid state. So the crystallized sugar will just go on around the nuts and then coat the nuts fully, and you won't find the liquid sugar syrup anymore. So you can just look now, the powder form, the white crystal sugar, the sugar is getting back into the crystal form. So this is what we will look, and the liquid is not there anymore, it's just all in the solid state, and the crystallized sugar is all coated around the nuts. So you get the sugar syrup coating the nuts back again at this stage. Okay, and put the saucepan back on the stove. You now allow the crystallized sugar to melt, and once it melts, from there it is going to caramelize. See the bottom, the sugar crystals are melting down, but then we keep waiting until all the sugar that's coating around the nuts melts down fully. And I'm just going to reduce the heat, keep it at low, because you want to allow the time for the sugar crystals coating around the hazelnuts to all melt fully before part of the sugar starts caramelizing. So keep mixing, because you don't want the sugar to brown. I'm just going to break the nuts, helping the crystallized sugar to melt faster. I just want to separate them. So you can see the crystallized sugar is all melting up. So you want all the crystals to just disappear, turn into liquid, and then caramelize with this beautiful amber color. You don't want it to like keep for long and allow it to burn as well. You don't want the burnt taste. But then the stage to look is to wait for all the sugar crystals, the crystallized sugar, to just become the liquid, and then you have only the liquid portion, the brown colored caramelized color alone left coating the nuts is what you will wait for at the end of this process. Okay, so this one looks good. I see just the caramel coating the hazelnuts, and there are no crystallized sugar here. So transfer everything on the baking tray. And allow it to cool, and then I'll get back to show how we are going to chop this, and then maybe I'll show part of it. We can just keep it as praline, which is just chopping them into finer pieces, and the rest I'm just going to process it and then make hazelnut praline paste out of this.